Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, and other creatures. Here we wait for our permission to start our beautiful, gentle ride over our cosmic city. You see, guided tours are very much in demand, and therefore we have to fly a loop. Now you see a beautiful total of our city, and you will be amazed and you will have so many questions about the amazing structures you see, but the explanation will come, no worries. Yes, now we have got our permission to ride, and so with our beautiful balloon we fly over the blue city and start our ride. Now you see already a first glimpse of one of our very famous landmarks, the so-called Dilda Tower. Now you know that color clans build our city in a permanent effort of cooperative and only slightly competitive anonymous architecture. The Red Clan is specialized on erotica and somewhat aggressive manifestations. And the Dildo Tower, this beautiful landmark on the eastern edge that you have a beautiful view now, is a very special landmark because it used to be just a perfect phallic tower the size of the Empire State Building, but we have strange creatures in our thick clouded skies. We call them whale women. They are maybe not animals, maybe they are somewhat energetic creatures, but one of those creatures or several used to ride at night, used to ride the Dildo Tower in a somewhat obscene fashion, and by doing so destroyed the whole vicinity of the tower. So not only did we build these orange flap that you see now to drive them away, some very ingenious anonymous engineer also put the pushel on it. With the pushel we can prevent any further riding activities by those strange horny whale women in the sky. As we are forced to loop once again to get to the next station, I tell you a somewhat sad story about our lilac pig. You can see here right next to the tower. Well, we took that pig from an ethnic community we are no longer allowed to call Chinese, who tortured that pig a little by bloating it almost to explosion. We could save it before this would happen, and the pig became, in a strange biological miracle of a somewhat ambivalent nature, immortal. And this immortal pig keeps on predicting events in the future, but as it seems to feel a certain resentment, both about its torture so long ago and its maybe unwanted immortality, not to speak of the fact that it is only a head without a body. Anyway, the pig has some gloomy character, it would seem, and every prediction is wrong. So it's not every 100th or 30th or something like that, but just in a random order, some predictions prove to be utterly wrong and false, even though they sound as correct as the others, and it would usually be disastrous to believe in them. As we fly on over the blue city, our water city, it must be said in all honesty that this area is rather for the well-to-do of all the color clans. I know one should sell our society as egalitarian, but it is not quite so. And the object you have just seen, the great swimming pool is proof of it. It is the most luxurious and most gated of all communities. Nobody really knows what's going on there unless you look up from the air and down into the swimming pool. But all these rather scarce living units you see are totally guarded, and it is said that they even use some cloaking technology to hide what is going on there. Anyway, whoever goes there has never shown up again. And so people say, well, he went to the swimming pool, and you don't know if they have more or less died or if they have found some highly decadent, luxurious paradise. So now that we have reached a certain height once again, you see the total view of the blue city, and now we approach a very interesting landmark that might look very serene and nice, as it is a pink springboard structure, but still it has a very gloomy significance. So you have booked the gloomy tour, so be aware. Now you get a trigger warning that this story will be a bit gloomy indeed. Yeah, you have to understand, we are color clans, and the pink clan is a small but significant clan. It's the fun clan. It consists of young, athletic, fun-loving, hedonistic people only. And so they leave their traces at some points in the city. Ironically, or for a very good reason, more or less the most central of all our landmarks, the pink springboard, is theirs. Well, they are young and athletic and a bit crazy, and they love their drugs. And they love their initiation rituals about courage and prowess. So young people of all genders used to jump down that board down the high cliff. If you remember or still know Acapulco, then you know what this is all about. They took the high jump into the pool city, into the water down below, and usually they survived. But one day, one of the rather adult, and they have a very dark sense of humor, people of the Black Clan built a new structure right underneath the pink board. A new hard structure made of very hard materials. And would you believe it? The pink clan never stopped jumping. Yes, those drug and fun-loving young people still jump from that pink board, but by now they jump into their certain death.